If you have a course that costs more than $297, but you want to start running ads to it so that you can get some people inside of it, then watch this video to find out about a strategy that we are going to use for one of the clients in order to make sure that we are not burning money on the upfront. We can start with a very small budget, yet be able to sell our courses that cost more than $297 and less than $1,000. Okay, so welcome to day 7 of the office turnover challenge. I'm so excited for today because today again we did a lot, like we did yesterday, and it's going to be a lot that we have to cover today. So without much ado, let's just jump into it. Okay, so today we covered a lot of different things. The first one was this client LC. Now if you want to directly jump into the part where we discuss about that strategy on how you can sell a course of worth more than $297, then go to the last part. I have already put in the timestamps inside of this video for you to go ahead and just jump into the different sections. But if you have no idea what we are doing in the office turnover challenge, then this is a challenge where we are taking 60 days in order to turn negative ROAS offers to positive ROAS ones. Okay, and we are doing several different optimizations for several different courses online in several different niches for several different clients. So all of these are different clients, and we have discussed already covered a whole week on that. But if you want to go ahead and review the starts of the first week, you can go ahead and watch day 5's video and you'll be able to see it. But yeah, if you want to directly jump inside the section where we talk about that strategy, then go ahead and watch WCC one, and also GM. But if you are here to stay till the end, then I'm pretty sure you're going to get value in each one of these different offers that we are optimizing, because I am getting value from each one of them. Okay, so let's get inside the first one. So this particular client is in the muscle work niche, and which is basically a supplement substitute, or they will be able to figure out what supplements they actually require for their health depending upon the muscle work that they do. And then the course price is $299. Okay, and how it is going to be sold pretty soon is a sales page where we are going to sell a $27 offer, and then we are going to upsell them a $299 course and a downsell payment plan, right, of the $299 course. Okay, and then we are going to have a confirmation page. But today what we did was we had some clarification questions from the client. So for the $27 offer, we had created a self-analyzing tool for them to analyze how much they are spending on supplements every single month. And based on that, we are going to give them an idea. Okay, you are spending all of this money on supplements every month that you don't even require, right? And for your body to see what supplements you require, you need this muscle work, right? So that's where we are going to upsell them the $299 course after we have shown them what it is costing them, right? So even if this particular tool is going to help them figure out $200 worth of supplements that they do not require, then it is worth $27, right? So what else he did was he needed a clarification on how this was supposed to be created, whether a PDF or a form, etc. So she just created the self-assessment form inside of fill out platform, and then I just approved that. And here are the keynotes for digital product creation, what I think is really important in order to create digital products. The first thing is, it doesn't matter what medium you give your audience the offer in. So after they have made the purchase, we can give them what we think is best for them, right? And what comes easy to us, but at the same time what is easy for them to consume. We just have to keep two things in our mind. The first thing is, the goal of this offer is to give them a result, right? So if whatever form we use is able to get them the result anyways, whether it's video, whether it's audio, whether it's a written format, a novel, whatever it is, if it allows them to them to the results, then it's absolutely fine, whatever medium we choose. The second thing is, depending upon how our target audience consumes the content. For example, if our target audience loves watching videos, so we would rather create a video course than a form. See what I mean? So we just want to make sure that it is easy to consume while it is also allowing them to get to the results. So if this fill out form, since this fill out form is actually helping them achieve both, it's much easier to fill out, but at the same time it's also easy for them to realize how much they're spending. Just because of that, this was approved. Okay, so that was the first one that we did today. The second thing was this DIY course client. So we just shared with them our DIY course, and they are creating the entire course on their own. and here they just wanted some clarifications on the upsell. So I just answered the different questions that they had. The first thing was, they were suggesting to sell t-shirts as an upsell, which is like a physical product, right? Custom t-shirts. And what I suggested was that let's not sell t-shirts as an upsell, because that includes a lot of nuances, and this particular client didn't know much about the tech world. So for her to figure out the shipping, the returns, the churn rate, all of that is will be a lot to take on. Since she's just getting started, it is much easier for her to directly dive inside of offering group coaching sessions, or monthly coaching sessions, or private one-on-one coaching sessions, right? So what I shared with her as an example for the upsell that would be perfect would be the price would be setting up the price of her inner circle program for $297 for 3 months. And if they say no to that, we can downsell them a 4-pay payment plan of $97 each, right? So they can either choose to pay a downsell price, which is a payment plan, or they can pay upfront to $97 and get the coaching for 3 months. Now, the reason I did this was that it was easy to fulfill, because since this will be one-on-one sessions, they will be much easier to carry out. However, if it is a t-shirt, then managing everything is going to get really really difficult after some time, for just $10 or $20. So this was much more reasonable for them to utilize the time. Since she's just a beginner, this price will be really great for her. Okay, and also for the bonus, she suggested a few things about the bonus, which was like 2 private one-on-one sessions, and I think it will work really well. So that's why it really aligns with the circle idea. Okay, so for as far as the live calls are concerned, for the 3 months they are going to get invited to a weekly coaching session, right? So we can set up an automation inside of Go High Level, which is a CRM software. If that allows us to create an automation where people whoever buy into our coaching program are automatically added to that automation to get the weekly reminders, and after the 8 weeks are complete, it automatically calculates the 8 weeks from the time they sign up for the program, and it will remove them from that automation so that they do not get any more reminders. So this is an automation we can set up inside of Go High Level. If you have never used it before, highly recommend you use Go High Level. It has calendars, websites, funnels, e-commerce stores, all the different kind of automations. Inside of it, it only costs $97 per month if you have one brand that you are going to market. For your personal brand, one account is enough. Okay, so $97 per month. If you want to go ahead and sign up for it, go ahead and use my affiliate link that I have shared below. What I'm going to do is I'm going to jump on a one-on-one strategy call with you, and allow you to first walk you through the entire Go High Level platform, but then second, help you strategize a way you can actually make the entire years of subscription of Go High Level back immediately, right? So it's going to be a really intensive session. So if you want to go ahead and join Go High Level, use my link in the description below. Once you have signed up, send me a message on Ask Musahid. Okay, having said that, I also created a like a Loom video sharing with them how this automation can be set up, the technical part of it. So if you want, you can go ahead and use this. I can share it in the comments. Just type Loom and I'll share this video with you. And then for Facebook ads, she had a question of how the format for the Facebook ads are going to look like. So I just suggested the Hook Story Offer, which is a framework by Russell Brunson. This pretty much applies to everything, whether it's graphic ads, video ads, funnels, websites, copy, emails, all of that. It applies literally to every marketing thing that we have got. You can apply the Hook Story Offer framework and start getting results from it, start getting attention, start getting sales. Okay, so an example of this would be, let's say we are selling courses, right? So we are going to be like, are you still struggling to launch your course because of all the technicalities included? For the past 12 months, we have been using AI system that creates your courses from scratch, builds the funnel with just one prompt, and creates the ads you require to market the course in less than 15 minutes. Click the button below and grab the entire AI launchpad before we launch it for the public. Okay, so this is a very simple ad to go ahead and start selling our AI launchpad. Okay, so this is a framework that can be applied in any offer you can ever see. And Russell Brunson, who is the owner of this Hook Story Offer, like just made it mainstream. He has created thousands and thousands of offers by simply using this formula, Hook Story Offer. Okay, And then for bonus delivery, we can set up a calendar inside Go High Level. So Go High Level also has calendar inside of it, where people can go ahead and book in a time with you personally, and you can customize all of that right inside of Go High Level. You do not need Calendly or any third party booking apps. And then embedded inside of a separate landing page in your funnel, once people join the program, simply add the link to that separate landing page where people can book the 2 calls with you inside of the emails, right? So in the confirmation email that people get once they buy your offer, you can go ahead and add this particular link in there for them to schedule a one-on-one call with you. Okay, and then for the DNS settings, there are several ways we can connect our domain with Go High Level. There are many tutorials on YouTube for literally everything inside of Go High Level. Personally, I'm going to launch a series which will allow people to go ahead and learn more about Go High Level. So we are going to start that series very soon. We are going to go very technical on how to do this, how to do that, because I love the platform so much. Have been using it for the past 2 months, and I'm in the agency level paying $297 per month, and it's really amazing. And I'm blown away with all the concepts that they are implementing every single day. New updates are coming in. So highly recommend, if you want to go ahead and join, use my affiliate link. Would love to do a strategy session with you. So about a recent query that she had, I suggested let's not focus on the t-shirt upsell, but directly upsell the circle. This will allow us to get better results from the get-go without any hassle required in manually shipping the t-shirts and so on and so forth. So this is what we did for MD. And then let's come to WB. For this particular client, he's in a really amazing niche, which is movie trailers, and he has a $700 course. Now, we had already run ads for him before I came in, and we did not get any sales because it was like a lot of money on the upfront. Selling a $700 course on a landing page, it won't really work, right? So from the deep dive that was done before I came in, they suggested to lower the pricing to $297 or $197. So based on that deep dive, this particular client had some questions, so I just helped him answer those questions, right? So what his question was, can we drop the price to $297, and at checkout can we offer a higher price DWY option for $797 that gives them 3 one-on-one meetings with me for accountability, review, and additional tactics and personal feedback. Something like $297, and then learn the exact system. Pro trailer editors used to turn films into must watch events. You will get all the deliverables, and then want expert eyes on your trailer, then upgrade to DWY, which is kind of like an upsell, right? So that's what I suggested him. Yeah, definitely we can have this as an upsell rather than putting this as an order bump during the checkout. So if we have a $500 order bump, then it will just blow people's mind away and they are not going to purchase in the first place. However, after they have made the purchase of $297, if we ask them if they want more personalized help with our coach, this is the accelerator, go ahead and join for just $500, then they will be more likely to convert rather than sharing this particular thing on the checkout. Okay, and then I also suggested to add a downsell, which is a payment plan of $250 each for this particular DWI service. Okay, so another question that he had was about the guarantee. So he suggested that he preferred the language of the guarantee to be do the work guarantee. This course only works if you do. If you complete the first 10 days of the lessons and homework but feel it isn't helping you build your trailer, I will refund you, no fuss. To qualify, you will need to show your complete lessons and homework. If you haven't done the work, the guarantee doesn't apply. Fair's fair. So the point is, the thing about today's digital courses niche is that there are a lot of players out there who are the competitors of yours, right? And they are putting up unconditional guarantees out there. What that means is that they do not put in requirements for you to go ahead and do this. If you do this only, then I'm going to do a refund for you. But they are like 30 days unconditional guarantee. If you don't love the program, you're not gonna get invited. Like, you can ask for a refund. However, when somebody makes a decision of $297 option and not $17 or $27, they are coming in from a perspective of learning something, right? So if it's a $27 quick buck thing, then people ask for a refund just because they didn't want to invest inside of this program, or they don't think it's worth $27. We are going to see more refunds on that in comparison to the $297 offers or above that, because the reason is, since they have more commitment inside of even coming and deciding to work with you, they have made an intention of do the work, right, of doing the work. So if we give them an unconditional guarantee, where they go ahead and they do not feel the confidence in creating really world class trailers, they can go ahead and ask for a refund. But I suggested them to just keep a 14 days guarantee, so that people who do not feel confidence that they can actually do everything that is required inside of this program, then they can simply ask for a refund, right? Doing this will allow people who are signing up for the first time lower their guard and even come inside of the program, for us to again see if the program is converting, if the program is worth for people to invest in, right? We are only going to know if our program is great if we have people in it. If nobody buys our offer, we are like, we would never know if our offer is converting in the first place or it's actually giving them results. Okay, so what I also suggested is that for the first 50 people, let's put this unconditional guarantee. Once we have all the proof that we require, then we can put any kind of conditions later on, because then we can say, hey, all of these people have already invested, they have got really good results, so there's no way you cannot have results. Then we can even remove the guarantee in the first place. But right now, since it's the first time we are selling this offer, let's put an unconditional guarantee. Okay, so that's what I suggested to this particular client. And then this was WB. Then let's get inside of the fourth one, which is GM. For this particular client, we did a deep dive today, and she has a $497 course in a hairstylist niche on how hairstylists can get premium wedding clients. And the purchase funnel is pretty simple: sales page and the confirmation page. So on the deep dive, these are the results of the stats of the offer. CTR is 1.82, which is average, and then CPC is 1.88 euros, and then the CPM is surprisingly 34.24 euros. So the ads are performing pretty well. The CPM is also surprisingly very low, which is great, right? And what we are doing for this particular client is we are running two different kind of ad, like audience, target audience. The first one is broad targeting for one ad set, and the second ad set we are doing specific interest targeting, and the interest specific ads are performing much better. They are driving the most sales. Okay, so moving forward, what I suggested was, let's put all the money and budget that we have got inside of the interest specific ad, so that we can start getting more results faster. Okay, so here are the funnel stats for the past 14 days. We got 309 landing page views. The opt-ins that we got were 3, and then the cost per opt-in was $291. Opt-in percentage was just 0.97 percentage, which is not even 1. And then we got one purchase at a 33% purchase rate. The cost per purchase was $874, and the revenue was 249. So this particular offer had a payment plan as well. So it's either 497 or 249 paid twice. So the true ROAS is basically 0.56, because from the history what we saw was people whoever chose the $249 option payment plan, they did complete the purchase. So that's how I came to the true ROAS, which was 0.56x. The opt-in rate is very low for this particular funnel. Again, like it's too low. The industry average is 8 to 15%, but since this is a premium low ticket offer, which is 497, we can expect it to be around 5%. Okay, even 5% would like 5 times the number of result that we are already getting over here. Okay, so there's a very important note that I shared with the client before I moved inside of the suggestions that I had. The note was that for any front end offer sold on cold ads, we can expect to spend the same amount of money on ads as the course price to get that sale. So if we are able to achieve that, it would mean that our program is doing very well and it is successful. So for example, for a $27 front end offer marketed, if we are able to achieve $27 as the cost per purchase just for the front end offer, I'm not talking about the upsells or the order bumps and so on, it is considered a successful campaign, right? Since every dollar we put in, we are going to make a dollar back immediately just on the front end first offer. Okay, and then the main profits are made in the back end in the upsells, right? Similarly, when we run ads for a $497 course, As a front end offer, we can expect the cost per purchase to be near $497, which is the case over here. We have not spent $1,000, but since we have spent like 497, we got one sale. Now if we go closer to $1,000, then we are gonna get another sale as well. So I'll suggest to scale the ad so we can spend more to get more sales, right? Since this particular client also had some history of breaking even, and now that we have optimized, we can go all in after we have made all the optimizations. Okay, so here are a few suggestions to improve the funnel stats. The first one is improve the opt-in rate. I think that is the only thing that we suggested for this particular client, was to improve the opt-in rate. Just by improving the opt-in rate, let's say we could triple this, we can triple the purchase as well, or we can actually see what is the actual percentage for the purchase. Right now, one purchase from 3 opt-ins is not enough data for us to know what is the actual purchase rate. So if we get like 15 opt-ins, then we are gonna know, or 10 opt-ins, we are gonna know what is the actual purchase rate. So when we improve the opt-in rate is the next bottleneck that we need to crack for this particular offer. So what I suggested was, in the above the fold content of the entire website, how it was structured is that there was a gap on top and on the side that was creating this extra space for people to having to scroll in order to watch the video or the VSL, right? And they also had a very big section where the logo was there. So what I suggested was to remove the logo from the top. We can have it at the bottom of the page, but right now at the front, all we need to give them is what this offer is about, why they have to watch the video. That's it, the VSL, right? So no more distractions like the logos and so on. And then I also suggested them to remove the gap so that the video can come up. And then I suggested them to change the CTAs into something that is of value. So for example, the first CTA or the buttons of the website or the landing page was become the period hair expert, hair specialist, bride seek. Okay, so I just shared to change that to become a hair specialist, premium brides seek, right? And then also add a subtext here and get paid 500 to 200 $2,000 per wedding. So this button is just below the VSL. So when somebody, a specialist, a hair specialist, would see that, now that is more desirable for them to click on it, right? So in order to improve the opt-in rate, we have to make all the CTAs so valuable that people cannot stop or resist but to click on it. Now you see all the other offers or all the other sections where we had a button, it was about join the academy, join the academy, join the academy. There was no result oriented CTAs, right? Why would I join the academy in the first place? So instead, depending upon the section copy that we had written, I just rewrote all the button copy so that it becomes more valuable for people to click on it. So for example, over here we had shown people, is it really possible for them to get paid 500 to $2,000 per wedding? So I, like, after we have explained that, I just said yes, help me find premium clients. As simple as that. Because just above that, we talked about how they will be able to find premium clients using our academy or using the knowledge that we share in the academy, right? So that's how we can convert the less valuable, like no value CTAs, to actually valuable CTAs that people actually click, right? So again, like another example, become a premium wedding stylist. Yes, I want my clients to say the same. So we had all the testimonials from our clients, from the coaches clients, that they had suggested that she is a premium designer, premium hairstylist, highly recommend for people to go ahead and work with her, and so on and so forth. So for any other hairstylist, it will be very desirable for them to get the same client results, right? So that's why I had like, yes, I want my clients to say the same. Similarly, for all the other offers that we have got. So over here, the sticky section I suggested was, it was join the academy with a join now button. What I suggested was to change that sticky section copy to become a premium hairstylist and attract clients that pay 500 to $2,000 per wedding. Right now over here we have put in join the academy, because this makes the academy much more valuable. But if they do not know what the deliverable is, it will be very hard for them to convince themselves, why do I need to join this academy, even though we have a huge sales page that tells them how, right? A short message will be very powerful. So I suggested them to change that. And for the button action, it was taking people to the section where people could see the stack. That's absolutely fine. However, what I suggested was to take them to the mockup, which is just above the stack, so they can visually see what they are getting. Right? It's just a small tweak. And then in the order form also, I suggested a small tweak, which was change the order bump copy very slightly. I just added VIP only to the order bump copy, which was a Voxer access for the coach to the coach for just $97. And also I asked them to remove the compulsion for a full name for people to go from step 1 to step 2 for them to complete the purchase. Okay. And then with the above changes, we can expect to start seeing better results. I'm gonna keep you posted on how this goes. But then the immediate next steps would be to implement all the changes and then put the complete budget on the interest ad set to get quality clicks and keep the campaign running for another 14 days. When we are seeing positive results like ROAS above 1x, let's scale the ads using our scaling strategy. Okay, so this is what we did for GM. Let's get inside of WCC. This is where we are going to be talking about the strategy on how you can sell products worth more than, or courses worth more than $297. Now, even if GM's course cost more than $497, we were able to test her offer because she has the budget for it, right? However, for WCC, they did not have a lot of budget for their offer, but they had a $397 course that they were trying to offer, right? And they like, just to give you a little bit context, the funnel purchase was a sales page and a confirmation page for the $397 offer. Now, make money niche is the client's niche, like a make money offer, make $10,000 per month using a remote business system, something like that. Excuse me. And this is what the offer would look like, right? However, just to give you a little bit context about what happened, was that when we first spent $555 for this particular client, this was before I came in, it was potentially run by a mistake, right? And after I came in, I did my first deep dive on this client, and then the team relaunched the ads. Apparently, the second time we relaunched the ads, the team did not make any changes in the funnel or the suggestions that I made, because of which the ads did not perform again after spending another $306 on ads. Client was frustrated with the experience and the ad spend that he had to do with no results. Now, I did a second deep dive suggesting that if we don't have enough budget to test the $397 offer, then let's create a $37 front end product which is much lighter to test on the wallet, and then we can upsell them the $397 course. And the client still wanted to get offboarded and wanted an explanation of why they didn't get any sales after spending $861, right? So here's my suggestion that I made, or the clarification that I did for the client. Now, there's this rule that for me, that I personally use. There are a lot of other ways that people run ads. Definitely, everybody has their way. But for me, to get enough data to see if an offer is converting or not, I must spend 3 times the amount of the offer that we are selling on the front end, right? So this is called the 3x spend rule. Okay, so if it is a $397 offer, then we need to spend at least $1,200 in order to even do the first test phase to see or get enough data to make any kind of iterations on the funnels. If we haven't spent $1,200, then we won't be able to see how many people are opting in, why people are not purchasing, or we cannot make enough optimizations in that way, right? So we need to spend $1,200 to even complete the first test, right? Then we are going to, after we have spent $1,200 and we have got enough data, we are going to make the tweaks and so on and so forth. Then we are going to run a second test phase for another 14 days. We are going to spend another $1,200 in order to get enough data to make the third change, right? So usually for bigger offers like $297 plus offers, what we do is, like, we don't need more than 2 tests. Like, by the time we have spent 6 times the amount of the offer, we already know if it's working or not working in the first place, right? So for that particular instance, if it's not working, if we do not even spend that kind of money in order to test this offer, we won't be able to even cross the test phase in the first place, right? So Since we did not spend enough for the first test phase itself, it gets complicated to make it work, right? It's really difficult. That's why in my last deep dive that I did on 1st of October, I suggested we introduce a low ticket front end offer at $37. Since we didn't have that kind of budget, we will be able to get through the learning phase much faster with the upselling while upselling the course. Because I still believe that we can make this work because this person's offer was really really good, like laptop lifestyle kind of situation. And I really wanted to work with this client, so I suggested them, um, let's do the front end low ticket offer, and let's get that to work on the front end, like break even, and then we can keep all the profits of the upsell of the $397 course, right? So they had that frustration, so in order to address that frustration, I shared with them the real reason of it. This could be because of the experience and not just the results, right? Because they had some bad experience, we made some mistakes on our end for the client, like spending the first $550, $55, I suppose, with some account errors that we had got at the time. That was before me, and then after my first deep dive, we did not make any changes in the funnel before relaunching the ads. So all of this did work. Like, we did get 9 opt-ins that showed that people are interested inside this offer, but that wasn't enough for us to get conversion kind of metrics. So and that's why I just addressed that this also could be an issue. So how about we just add some extra ad management days for the clients, and we will be creating a compliment sales page for the $37 offer, where we do the entire copy, entire funnel build out for the front end offer or the $37. And then I also suggested that we do not need to like create anything inside the $37 offer, because what we can do is we can pre-launch the front end offer at $17 without them having to create anything. If they give us a go, we can execute this particular thing. Now, how do we sell the $297 plus offers without having a huge budget? This is exactly how. If we have a low ticket front end offer and we can create a sales page for it, right, of the front end offer, then what we can do is we can always sell them the $297 per month, like $297 plus courses as an upsell, rather than selling it as a front end offer where we are going to require budgets like $1,200 or even $2,400, right, which will be more than that. So that's why I would highly recommend to have a front end offer and then upselling people inside of the course, right? So as simple as that. And then when we have a $37 offer upfront, it's much easier for us to make the tweaks faster, because we are going to get the data faster. And then rather than creating everything upfront, what we can say inside of the funnel is that this product has not been launched yet, right? So it's as simple as adding this one line. This product is not launched yet. However, just because it's not launched, we are offering it at $17 rather than $37. So this product is going to launch on, let's say, 1st of January. Until then, this launch, like pre-launch phase, is going to go on, but it is only limited to 50 people, right? On the launch date, the price will be increased to $37. You only have 50 spots to go. Go ahead and reserve your copy right now before this launches for the public at $37. So that way we can start selling this particular product without creating anything, just getting the support of the entire sales page and the sales copy. We can start selling this offer without actually creating it. Okay, so this is how we can start selling our courses, or higher ticket, a little bit mid ticket courses without a huge budget. So I hope this entire video was helpful to you. If it was, let me know in the comments what was your biggest takeaway. For me, was the fact about the pre-launch and how amazing it is. The entire concept of doing a pre-launch, even on cold ad, it's going to go great. Even if you do not have a huge social media following, you can still execute this and start getting some sales coming in. Even if you're going to burn some money on the front end, but it will show you if people are interested inside of your offer. Okay, so I hope this entire video was helpful to you. Let me know in the comments your best takeaways, and I'm going to see you on the next one. Until then, keep creating for a change.